have to say, Spencer Conway likes a challenge. He used to be an English teacher, but gave it all up to have adventures on his motorbike. And so far, he's notched up several extraordinary expeditions and several near-death experiences.
Yeah, you may actually remember Spencer, who's from Biddenden in Kent. Came on the programme last year after a pretty hair-raising trip around South America. Well, now he's back after another extraordinary journey, this time around Central America, including El Salvador, Honduras and Nicaragua. In a moment, we'll be having a chat with him here in the studio, but first let's see some of his exploits.
I've had 5 punctures, it's about 40 degrees, I'm in the middle of nowhere. I've got Mount Meru behind me, I slept under that acacia tree there, and I've got Kilimanjaro over there.
Well, Spencer, you look pretty well considering you've just survived 5 crashes and a brush with the police. What was going on?
True, absolutely. Well, I've just finished the circumnavigation of Central America, just got here a few days ago. Yeah, many crashes, but biggest problem was on the day of arrival. We arrived in Panama and we were basically targeted by a criminal gang. And as soon as we got out, there was a car there, went to get in, there were no handles on the door. 3 men came to take over from the taxi driver, realised I had to get out of there, ran off. Eventually this continued for 4 days and we found these guys outside our room with machine guns, and in the end they got us locked up in a room, confiscated the bike. I had 3 men there, they locked the door. I thought, okay, here's the beating. As that happened, the British Embassy phoned because they'd heard what was happening to me, and that stalled them a little bit. And then after that we managed to get out. We called a whole load of bikers, which was so amazing in the biking community, and about 20, 30 of them turned up to our room, circled my room overnight, and the next day they came and they said, a criminal gang has targeted you. I don't know what it was. It might have been customs, dodgy people, I can't say. But you need to get out of the country within 20 minutes. So they gave us an armed convoy, and yeah, as you do in Biddenden, and then took us all the way out from Panama to Costa Rica.
It all sounds very relaxing, I have to say, because you've got a little scar on your arm from when you had your wheels shot out under you by Somalian pirates.
This is true indeed.
You said the British Embassy phoned you up. Do they have like a special hotline for Spencer Conway?
They do. He's at it again. Yeah, no, certainly that was when I was in a shooting in Kenya. But I attract trouble. I attract insects. I mean, this time I sat on a whole load of fire ants, and I don't know if I can say bum on television, but my bum looked like 2 embarrassed cauliflowers, swollen up like that. And
luckily we haven't got pictures of that
no,
to show
I don't
the
think
viewer.
Maybe later on.
So it sounds like it's the people and the animals you meet which are the biggest danger, rather than the terrain, which isn't exactly safe.
The terrain is difficult because I tend to try and do the worst possible roads, so I can crash. No, but I don't like to do asphalt. I like to camp, so I camp every night. It's kind of doing it on a budget like normal people do it, so they'd see it and go, oh, it's not a Hollywood extravaganza.
Normal people don't do this for their holiday, Spencer.
Why do
okay, not quite the same distance.
Why do you do this?
A number of reasons. I want to be the first person in the world to circumnavigate every single country. I also am making TV programmes, of course. It was on Travel Channel before, so I'm doing up the programmes now. And thirdly, for raising money. And I've just been made a global ambassador for motorcycle outreach. This was a chap who was doing a similar journey to me, setting up projects to provide medicines on motorbikes to inaccessible areas. Unfortunately, he nearly made it back to England. He died in Mali. They found his motorbike, Simon Millward, and himself, so it gives me goosebumps. And he started this project in Indonesia, on the island of Flores. So that's what I'm going to do after the Darien Gap, which, if I have time, I'll mention.
That's your next
Wow.
Yeah, that's my next
thing,
one,
isn't it?
This is my biggest trip so far, not distance-wise. It's an area, there's a Pan-American highway from Alaska to Ushuaia in Argentina. There's only one break. It's between Colombia and Panama. It's 173 kilometers or so through jungle, through mangrove. So I'll be putting the bike on a canoe and pushing it through. But even more importantly, my girlfriend is also coming because she's also slightly insane. And if we make it through, she will be the first person in the world, first woman in the world ever to go through the Darien Gap.
You need to bring her back with you when you've completed that.
Yeah, I have to go so that I can get attacked by all the insects and she'll be okay. It's a sort of a balancing act.
Spencer, great to see you again.
No, you too, and thank you for having me.
Stay safe. Come back and tell us all about it.
That's a tall order, but I'll give it a go.
Good man.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.